YouTube, I'm glad you came back. Man of Many Things, part 3. This video is going to be a little different. The SJ is not going to really be in this. I'm going to call this like house therapy. I'm going to talk to you about a few things. Talk about flashlights real fast. Last night I watched a couple of videos. These guys talking about these flashlights that cost $80, $100, $150 for a flashlight. Really? That much money? You only need a good mag light needs a good light. 2 D batteries in this light. Extremely bright. They've been around a long time. Very good flashlight. Another good light, which I talked about in my other video, Life Gear. Takes 1 AA battery. That's it. There's other lights out there a lot brighter than this, but it takes 1. It's rechargeable. It takes 1 AA battery, you're on your way. 3 batteries for a flashlight is a little much. So if you need batteries, you got to find 3. All you got to do is find 1. Extremely bright Life Gear. Check it out. It's a good light. I carry this all the time. What I really want to talk about is this alert radio. Rally. Looks like a good radio. But to tell you the truth, it's junk. It's my 3rd one. I think the company went out of business. I'm not sure. It's very flimsy. Doesn't really stay in place. I cranked it up. It started to burn. I could smell it. I'm like, what the? And then the crank, it just stopped cranking. The light is not very bright. The screen is a very good screen. The siren is really loud. I keep this in my room. I don't take it out so the batteries don't. I don't know what's wrong with that light. I mean, that radio. Eaton. I can't find nothing wrong with it. As you know, I love solar panels. Put this out in the sun, it lasts all day long, no problem. The crank is hidden, can't break off, very durable. I work this radio all the time. I also put this in my bedroom, so I have 2 going off at the same time. I don't do prepping because it's fun. I do it because it's about life. One thing I've never done is see if it cranks the cell phone. This is an old phone. I found this in the closet. See if it works. See if it lights up when I crank it. There we go. Turn it on. That's pretty good. I think that's very good. A friend of mine had the same exact radio and phone. He said he cranked his for a minute, and he got, I think, 2 bars out of it. That's really, really good. You only have 3 bars in that phone. That's excellent. I believe when you get something, try it out. Don't just get it to have it. Another good light. It's energizing light. I have a lot of scratches on it because I use it. I'm taking 4 D batteries behind this mirror. Excellent light. I mean, I love it. I use this all the time. I drop it in the water. It's a good all-around light. One thing I want to talk to you about is channels. What channels do you watch and how can you get into it? Because I'm very new with this. This is only my 2nd week doing this. My solar panel on my Jeep, this is my other video, it's only 6 months old. The channels that I like, as you see like this out here, I was watching them today. It's very good. If you want home defense, and this guy sits down and talks to you one-on-one like I'm doing, it's a very, very good channel. Miami Prepper 1. I can't say nothing bad about this guy. I love this channel. I always watch it. It's a very good channel. The guy knows what he's talking about. He doesn't BS you. He's up front. He's really good. If you want to know about, let's say, prepping your food, which I don't have any food prepping yet, because I said I'm new with this. Brooklyn Prepper. Big Brooklyn Prepper. He's flawless. This guy is really, really good. He knows what he's talking about. And he sits down and talks to you like he's one-on-one. Brooklyn Prepper is very, very good. Very accurate. There's a lot of guys out there. Gary from Bugout Vehicles. I like him because he talks about his vehicle a lot, which I'm into vehicles. I don't have an EDC bag or a bug-out bag. I used to have a bug-out bag, but I used to leave it here, leave it there. I have to go back. Oh man, I forgot my bag. I have to go back and get it. It wasn't. It's something that I don't feel comfortable. I'm gonna try to find another way to do it. So I put that EDC bag and bug-out bag in the Jeep. There's a thing that used to go around YouTube, 10 minutes to get all your stuff out and try to bug out in 10 minutes. I think that's what it's called. I can bug out in 10 seconds. All I gotta do is grab my kids, hit the Jeep. And the Jeep has everything in it. So you have to find out what works for you. What works for me might not work for you. So you have to find out what works for you. Prepping is not like golf, and it's not like if you're into fishing or baseball. Once you get your uniform, your bat, and your ball, say you're on a team, you got everything you need, you go and play. Prepping is not like that. Prepping never ends. It's a life journey. Every day you're learning something. So it is a hobby and it's not a hobby. You know, it's part of life. That's what I like about prepping. You know, it's I never had all this stuff. So I watched your videos and I learned from that. And I take what you did and try to advance it, try to make it better. You know, Miami Prepper, he sent me a PM saying, how'd you do that back in your truck? I want to put that in my Blazer. I can't really show you how to do it because your Jeep or your truck might be bigger than mine or wider. So you have to do measurements. It took me 3 tries before I really got it. So just go out there and try it. That's the thing about being a prepper. We gotta try things. I don't know what happened to men, but I think they're dying off because back in the 80s, I remember when something was broke, you don't just go out and buy another one. You fix it. You try your best to fix it. People today, I don't understand. You know, oh, I can't do this. Can you do this for me? I'm an electrician, right? And I go to the lady's house, this guy's house, and he's like, can you put a light here? All right, so I'll put a light right there. So can you move it over 2 inches? 2 inches? I said, man, look, do you want the light there or not? Yeah, but can you move it just a little bit? I mean, what happened to men? You know, men are made out of steel, both made out of wood. What happened to that? To me, they got, I don't know, I can't really get into that right now. Like I said, there's a lot of good channels out there. Very good. The Gym Cat, the Urban Prepper. I mean, there's a lot. Brooklyn Prepper, I watch a lot. Miami Prepper. Those 2 channels, I watch them. Nothing Fancy is very good. But Nothing Fancy is more geared to guns and knives. I don't have a gun. Guns are very expensive. Ammo is very expensive. I thought you can get a gun and just go out to the range and start shooting. It's not like that. Watching his videos, I learned a lot. I learned that I can't afford it. Because you told me to dial in your guns, you shoot some left, you got dial in. It's a lot of work to invent. You got to clean it. You got to get it ready. You can't just have a gun and just, you can't do that. So it's a lot involved in having a gun. You know, you have to go through background checks, a lot of checks. If I'm going to have something, I'm going to use it all the time. I'm going to carry my gun all the time. There's people out there who just have things just to say, I got it. I'm not like that. You know? If I got a donkey, I'm going to ride it. You know what I mean? That's how I am. Everything I got, I take it to the limit, man. That's how I get down. That's how I do things. Right now, let me show you the outside. I live in a condo. Let me just show you the parking lot. Let me go out by the window. See what we got. You see, you got a couple cars out there. You got a pickup, a Subaru. You got an Explorer. The basic cars. When you come to the SJ, which I wanted to show you, the solar panel. That's why I really wanted to show you how big that thing is. But when you're standing next to it, you don't see it because it blends into the Jeep. But that's a 4-foot solar panel on top of the Jeep, 100 watts. I got that from warehousesolar.com. I love it. That's the SJ. And I have a few other things out here, you know, just hobbies. Me and my kids do RC cars. We got mountain bikes, Gary Fisher. I'm showing you this because prepping is not a chore. It's not something you have to do. It shouldn't be a job. It should be an everyday thing. It should blend in with your life. The best kind of prep is your kids, your family. That's what Brooklyn Preppers said. That's the best time, man. Stay in touch with your kids. Do things with your family. Don't just focus on, this. This become normal after a while. Because when I wasn't a prepper, I didn't have any of this. I didn't have the first aid kit. I went to a park and my daughter, she got hurt. I didn't have a Band-Aid, so guess what? We had to go home. End of the day. It was like 2 o'clock. Now I got a first aid kit. I didn't think I would ever have a flashlight. Something simple like a flashlight. You know how many people don't have a flashlight? Having a prepper is a thing. Having one is none, and two is one. I never knew what that meant before I became a prepper. Just saying, you have one flashlight and you lose it, you got nothing. If you have two, you can go with the other one. I think that's a good thing. Nice. Like I said, this video is a little different from my other video. I just wanted to show you and talk to you about certain things, I cannot tell you what kind of prepper you should be. If you want to be survival, bug-out vehicles, or food prep, try it out for yourself. It's good to do all this at once, because a prepper should have a bug-out vehicle. And a bug-out vehicle is not just having a car. There's something about that car or about that truck. Really good tires on there. You have stuff in your vehicle. Preppers always think how to overcome something or make something better. There's a lot of good channels out there. And I just want to talk to you a little bit to get to know you, and get to know me. And I'm man of many things, and hope you come back to part 4. All right? I guess I'll see you later.